On August 23rd, Jacob Blake was shot 7 times from behind by Wisconsin police officer Rustin Sheskey. The encounter sparked protests and civil unrest across the state of Wisconsin and caused marches across the nation. He speaks from his hospital bed and makes a public statement for the first time since the shootings. Let's take a look.
Say, man, to all the young cats out there and even the older ones, older than me, it's a lot more life to live out here, man. Your life, and not only just your life, your legs, something that you need to move around and move forward in life, could be taken from you like this, man. And I promise you, the type of shit that you will go through, staples, I got staples in my back, staples in my damn stomach. You do not want to have to deal with this shit, man. 24 hours, every 24 hours, it's pain, it's nothing but pain. It hurts to breathe, it hurts to sleep, it hurts to move from side to side, it hurts to eat. Please, I'm telling you, change our lives out there. We can stick together, make some money, make everything easier for our people out here, man, because there's so much time that has been wasted.
Notice his demeanor in the subject of what he's talking about. He never once denied that he had a warrant out for his arrest. He never once said that the police were in the wrong. He never once said, I was wrong for fighting the police. With my active restraining order, which I violated, I shouldn't have been there. He never said he wasn't going to his vehicle to grab a weapon. And looking at his record and his criminal history, that's not an irrational conclusion to say that he was. Think about it. If you're completely innocent in the situation, the first thing you're probably going to do is deny the accusation against you. Suspects should never be allowed to go back to their cars. If you're a police officer in that zone and the situation gets hostile, you go into what's called tunnel vision. You're not thinking about what's for dinner tonight. You're not thinking about the score of last night's game. It's a life and death situation. You're in a fight or flight situation, and the outside world becomes meaningless as you are hyper-focused on what's immediately in front of you. Police officers are people, and these officers, they were not going to wait for Jacob Blake to go to his car and pull out an instrument to cause them serious bodily harm. They have a duty to protect the communities that they police. Jacob Blake, he's already proven that he's a danger to himself by resisting arrest. He doesn't care about his life, and he could be a danger to others around him. And social media lawyers who got their degrees from the University of Facebook, they start their breakdown and analysis of the situation here. They don't take into account the fact that Jacob Blake has a history of being combative with law enforcement. And this is why suspects' pasts matter. The vast majority of these police shootings happen during what? Non-compliance. And here's the one thing that no one wants to talk about: personal responsibility. And this is why I can't understand why people blame the system. Had Jacob Blake made different choices that day, like not violating a restraining order and subsequently having police called on you, not fighting with police officers, placing one of them in a headlock, both officers tased you. If you're tased twice, and you still continue to resist arrest, you're going to have a bad day. If you violate an active restraining order and you fight with law enforcement when they're called upon you, you're going to have a bad day. And this is regardless of race. I don't care what skin color you are. If you go and reach into your car when you've been told to stop several times by law enforcement, you're going to have a bad day. Vice President hopeful Kamala Harris has come out and shown her support for Blake and his family by saying that she's proud of him. What exactly is she proud of? The fact that you can resist arrest? The fact that you were armed with a knife and chose to fight police? Kamala Harris served as California's deputy district attorney from 1990 to 1998 and eventually rose to the Attorney General of California. She put people like Jacob Blake away for decades, and now all of a sudden she's proud of him? She's got an interesting track record on criminal justice, by the way, and some people should probably take a look at it sometime. This entire situation was preventable. That's what people aren't realizing. Jacob Blake shouldn't have been there to begin with. You shouldn't fight with law enforcement. And people are only looking at and analyzing the police response to the actions of a known criminal who should never have been there to begin with. A civil rights investigation has been launched, as well as a criminal investigation by the United States Department of Justice. And I'll be keeping track of both to see where this goes. Based off of what I know now as of making this video, I think I can predict the outcome. On a final note, I'd like to close with a video of a traffic stop recorded on a police dash cam. This is a prime example of why suspects should never be allowed to go back to their cars. What you're about to see is graphic, but it represents the reality of what happens when suspects are allowed to go back to their vehicles.
Do me a favor, come over here. Don't place your hands behind your back. What? Hey, place your hands. Stop resisting! I got him. Keep the taser on. Stop resisting! Keep the taser on him. Get on your back! On your back! On your back! All right.